the two hatches that have shifted around, especially not in his first game, because it still plays out a little bit like it usually would. You see a heavy take towards the servers as always actually takes quite a bit of damage. Sloth about to run in, manages to not get the kill, but I believe, no, not even the injure on either of these players. And as Benja comes in with a great double kill, the plant's going down in the meantime. Anarchic putting 45 seconds on the clock. It's Benja that brings it down to all the way, only up to always. Manages to get a kill, but there's still two left.
Wow, it's a 2 versus 1, but I said it was a debut. May as well hit the hat-trick, Benja. What a way to open up this game. We saw a fantastic debut in the NAL for the opening Playday earlier on, and here I guess we'll see if the same is done of the upstarts of this league. Always a sliver amount of health, and not quite the upstart, but still a heck of a player when they need to get into these situations. However, with only 12 seconds left, they're going to see if they can just stick it, but Grizzly has other ideas. Angle, as I said, that is that opening on that Kanto corner where things can become a little bit dangerous. Oh no, misplay, but doesn't quite get the kill. Connection actually goes elsewhere. There's the pickup on the other side, and Grizzly is able to save a little bit of a life there. Sloth escapes, but really should he have? Dan is on the close angle here, waiting for the sledge to slip past. Who does? The spray's over the top. It's Benja with one more. Concerned about underneath, looks for the feet. Can't
Some
quite.
of the information they might want to deal with that, and that's exactly what Grizzly will do. Disables it, tries to shoot it right after, and there we go. Yeah, Archives or Stake will be coming through, and Benja will be able to pick up a single kill. Goes for the plant. 12 seconds left on the clock. Both of them are around the kitchen. Always just jumps in, tries to go aggressive, and Benja was just not able to hit the shot there. Managed to get 1 or 2 shots in, but he needed just one more to make sure he would have landed that kill. After that, it could have been possible, but still, of course, little time on the clock. Right now to open up a bit more of a vertical side, of course, into the Archives. The Sloth goes for the hunt and is not going to be able to pick up the kill. Gets down by Always, who's on 2 HP himself, but leaves it all up to Grizzly and Anarchic.
A little bit of a missed moment there as he just swung right past him on the sort of staircase, buried it on the corner, and it's unfortunately not the first time that's really happened for him this game. Grizzly is very low health in the core of the site itself. No diffuser in hand, gets a great take against the pinged enemy, knows there's still one on the stairs and finds that as well. Suddenly, just from being able to isolate these 1 versus 1s based on the intel, they've got themselves into a 1 versus 1. They only have a handful of seconds left, though. Got to pick up the diffuser. Dan is playing this just on the safety of the other side of those beepers. They're going to get the swing round, but at this moment in time, it doesn't really matter. He should be able to make it to them. Going for the intel, sprays over the top. Just found him as the dying seconds come through. Grizzly almost pulled it out of the bag there, but Dan was the man with the magic. Not quite missing the mark as he did. I think he got a bit too lost in the idea of the Nook trying to find these back roads, but they still hit a bit of an impasse. There it is. The swing of the FO12. It was always going to be a beast when it went round, but at the same time, the pressure's come on the other side. And Anarchic is just going to stick with the bravery of a man that pulls off in the last second, but suddenly it's a 3 versus 1, so it's a fair decision. They went for the frags instead, realized they were baiting the play. It's pistol versus pistol, but he sees the elbow of Benja, a 2 versus 1, and they just are able to slip away in time. 3 flashes in pocket, and obviously they have a little bit more of a buff in terms of just trying to long arm them into the room where that diffuser is, but the positioning is one where they've pulled away, and Danny is well aware of this. Having to go for a big rotate, knows that they can't just try and take the fight under the hatches because they will likely lose. Unfortunately, the change to the FO12 is one that led to lack of success.
The mirror.
Well, there's a little bit of a pace that we didn't see too much. Benja, a little bit of a team kill in the mix of it, suddenly puts it at a 2 versus 2. Sloth, well, he took out a body of his own on the way through, and suddenly it's just Joystick who's found his way back to site than he was originally a little bit further off, and a mirror window that had a pretty easy pickup there, puts us in a 1 versus 1. They're already trying to find the fight, though, and this round is very likely to be over within the opening minute. The rotation comes around, the pings are consistent. He's gone all the way behind the chassis, so he has some stability, and Archic is going for the spray either side of that, has a little bit more range in his pocket. The drone is going to go out. Trying to bait potentially a bit of a swing there. Peppers some bullets to the other side. The new flash is going to allow him to get a little bit closer, but it's closer for either player here. That flash goes wide, doesn't catch him, but he is clipped just on the opposite. Slithers down underneath, and now he's low. He cannot get back up. Who will see to the first? The knock kick finds the round in the end, all over within a sentence and a breath. A bit of a team kill behind a Cowana rush. However, they muscle their way through.
Stick holding from above, holding the vertical. He's going to be taken out, actually. Sloth is inside, and there they go. It's a second kill to come in before he gets team flashed. Suddenly, drop comes in, but Sloth side are actually quick to respond. Almost gets a second kill. His Benjamin in the meantime to come in from side of the Archives. And now it stalls out a bit.
They've been able to do very well to strong arm their way through, but with 30 seconds left, well, even more strong arm comes through. I was about to say, a mirror window ready and able to go over the top as well. There it goes, though, but it's still something where you can get the swing up. There is a body, it looks like, in Garage, ready to try and offer some support as well if they go for a swing round. Empire doesn't have much to work with here, if anything at all. They've got themselves close to the lineup, but really, this is entirely Cowana to just look out. It'll take one well-played C4 here, not just to buy the time, but the cover comes through. Dan's able to get a very important kill. The second C4 goes off, though, just a second too late, but it still goes off. It got the body on top of the hatch as well. They swung and took a gamble that wouldn't quite connect, and it comes through with Cowana. It was theirs to lose, let's be fair, but there was a split second there where things almost went away from them. Something that causes a bit of a ruckus later on. It means you don't quite have the ease of access and angle of plants on what can otherwise be a little bit of a corner-driven sight and hold here, but 15 seconds, and finally we get to see Empire's boots hits the ground inside the site itself. Found the first drone and gonna dig in on the corner that I talked about before. We saw a little bit of danger and destruction coming over. The grenade doesn't quite buy it, but it's Grizzly that does. Gets the double on the backside. They've got to quickly try and refine the diffuser. Goes through the drone hole, one more, and Scythe is gonna see if he can stick the plant. Cowana hops out, going for the cover of the man, but it's always with one more. Cowana can't quite get it. Scythe clutches it out for Empire.
Information gone, but still plenty of players on Covana's side. They're literally on the site.
And that's it. They don't feel entirely confident, though. They're still trying to find these takes, and Benja swings into one firefight amidst the smoke and gets the drop on a single player, and there's another Empire loss. They punish back, though. Joystick on the double is able to get Grizzly knocked down from the far side of the elevators. Trying to re-pick up the diffuser without somebody popping up behind the chassis is a bit of a danger there. The swing comes closer than expected. 15 seconds, but another blow goes. Joystick is locked off. Cowana up the back of the round stairs. Can't quite get it, and as always, to always be in the position, and Joystick locks it off. I said they were slightly missing him throughout the rest of the game, and he says,
around, no matter how big the difference is in terms of men count. It's the first season again, or the fresh season that is starting, stage 3. Everything counts, everything differs. Cowana peeps up and manages to get a kill. Brings it back to 3v2 because he instantly gets traded.
Well, Dan is looking towards this hatch, but Sloth isn't too far away. He's a man with a bit of a revenge, and there's the drop down, and Dan suddenly realized, oh no, they're either side of me. It's an important fight that they've got to try and keep a lock on here, as Scythe is coming around on the split side as well. There it is. The cover comes through over the top of 2 versus 2, 10 seconds. That mirror window has just been knocked out, but they have a bit of a range, and they still have 2 C4s in pocket the way it came through, but Dan sprays through both of them, gets the collateral and the double down, and it's just, no, it's not. It's a quick flick, but it's a beautiful one. Doing a bit of steady and body work, but they're still looking and looping to see if they can find their feet inside. The first, as always, drops down, goes for one, almost, and does get the second sprayed through. And that was that play they needed, and that is them so close to taking the full points.
Seconds are about to come on the board, and Shepard is going to try and reverse in just to go for that plant. The question is there someone to watch this? Is there someone aware? It doesn't seem to be the case. Dan will be down, but the diffuser goes in. 45 seconds, and a post line is about to be set up. Sloth gets a kill, but that might not be enough. And Nitro comes out, but no one is there anymore.
Well, the spray comes around onto the man on the diffuser, but Benja's the one that lucks it off. It's a jump out to get the last, and I said Benja was shut out the previous rounds, and he made sure he shut this round down. OT.
But it will be picked up at the ADS, of course, because it wasn't destroyed. They just managed to, well, managed to ADS it or EMP it once. That means it recharges as well, so drop now comes in, always trying to go effectively and quickly here. The shotgun is coming around the corner, and Arcade is going to be pushed on 2 sides at the same time and will go down, but wasted a lot of time.
Cogona's gone down in the same sort of breath on the opposite side, but they do get back to their feet. Very necessary with only 15 seconds. They have 1 C4 left in the pocket. They're concerned about the angle over the top. Grizzly has the ability to try and do some damage here, but Scythe does that more important part now. Sloth is sprayed through. They can't quite get the connection. Cogona's gone for a huge Roman rotate. Gonna see if they can get an early bit of advantage in taking some of the vertical control. Looks away at the last possible second, sprays down, but gives the game away, and that's the call. He's on the top floor. they know that they can reposition themselves to shut down the angles from more tricky places to defend. Saw the feet of another body, but with only 20 seconds left and still a lot of Empire players to try and get through, they're just baiting his play, wasting his time, realizing where he is step by step, and finishing them off in their own breath. The wall, 30 seconds now, and that is free until this grenade is just going to catch it on the split side, but the swing round of that Vector is a laser. The hop down comes round inside the smoke. They have the cover that they need to, and they're going to try and stick it. The C4 gets one, not the right body though, as another smoke pops over the top. Cowana pops round onto the corner, onto the vault itself. Post-plant situation, 3 versus 3. A late C4 doesn't quite catch it. Does, in fact, but it was the lock off on someone else's kill inside the smoke and the spray before. Benja with the verticality gets one more, goes for the rotate and dances around a tiptoe of bullets that really isn't anything anyone wants that close. Now a swing round up the green stairs to see if they can regain some control of open. This time the 2 versus 2 means they can keep one body underneath and try and get a bit of a clear and draw some attention and focus away. Benja is looking for the fight here across the teller's office, but the papers being served are all in the pocket of Empire. The late hold, 10 seconds. They just find it. Do they get it?
Oh, maybe just now, maybe. I think they got it. Maybe they don't. It's going to be very close indeed. No! Cowana gets it. It's going to be 0.1.
That's it now with that open gone and 30 seconds left in this game. Whatever happens, unless we find a diffuser down, Scyther rotates round to get the hold from above as the grenade goes a bit too long there. Scrapes the side of Benja. It's the reverse plant that doesn't quite come through. The spray wasn't quite covered enough. They're trying to pick up all the pieces. They have just enough time to get the spray around, but Scyther can't quite get the lockdown on the other side. It's suddenly a 3 versus nobody. Benja opened the game with a kill and locked it out in the same. It went the whole way, but it's the debut that anyone dreams of, and Cowana start this split in the best way possible.